Hello everybody and welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I am the INSANEBRIT and today we're going to be talking about my Xbox One S achievements, or Xbox achievements, and my history, a little bit about the history about me with Xbox. And this is inspired by the PlayStation 3 to PS4 generation trophy video, which will be, if you're interested in seeing my trophies from the PS3 generation to PS4, click the annotation at the end of this video, or you can check out the link in the description below. It's a lot more detailed. There are 3 parts to that video for various reasons, mainly because I've always been a PlayStation guy, but I have dabbled with the Xbox in the past. So, the original Xbox, I didn't have internet back then, so I didn't have an account if they had achievements back then or whatever. I didn't register on any account, so it is what it is. So from that generation, from the original Xbox to the 360, I never had an actual account. I got the internet in 2009, and I bought the Xbox One S in 2016, because I was always a PlayStation 4 person when it first came out, and then I eventually bought the Xbox One S in 2016, I think it was, or whatever. But of course, I didn't really play a lot of games on the Xbox as well. That's why me and my friend, up until recently, have been calling this Xbox, not because of it's a bad console as such, but there were no exclusives on it that we really wanted to play. We've been calling it the Dust Box because it's just been gathering dust and not being used at all. Up until recently, since we got Game Pass, which has been really good, and I intend to play more Xbox games on the Xbox, depending if they're available and if I want to play them on whatever console. So they're more accessible more than ever now is the Xbox One, for games anyway, that I want to play. So yeah, some of these games will be doubles, but anyway, going back to my original statement about the original Xbox, I played Halo 1, I played up to Halo 2, and I played Burnout. I love Burnout. That was one of my favourite games on the Xbox. My early memories of that as a kid. Fast forward to the 360 generation. Believe it or not, I love Assassin's Creed. It's one of my favourite series. I played the first Assassin's Creed on the Xbox 360. It was a fantastic game. Loved it. And I will never forget, if you're a long-time fan of my channel, or heard the story before, well, you may have heard the story before, I basically was playing Assassin's Creed. I was 5 minutes away from the end. It was in the story mode. They were telling me the epic conclusion of the story, which I can't remember now off the top of my head. I've played so many Assassin's Creed since. And I got the red ring of death. My Xbox, the original one, didn't break. I think I sold it for whatever reason. But the 360 got the red ring of death. I was so annoyed. I was playing it for X amount of hours and it got overheated, I suppose. Got the red ring of death. And then I sent it to Xbox 3 or 4 times, and they kept telling me that it was the console. It was me. It was on my end. It was the wires. It had nothing to do with them. The console's working fine. I called BS on that. It had nothing to do with me. It had just broken. How's it working on their end? And when the wires that I've got haven't been tampered with, touched, or anything, and all of a sudden it's broke. Anyway, back and forth it went, and I vowed never to buy an Xbox again, or 360 especially, because they had bullshitted me and it was a lot of crap, and it was on their part that it was busted as far as I was concerned. Why didn't they fix it? Blah blah blah. Anyway, years later, in 2017, maybe it was 16, maybe it was 18, I don't know, they've came out and said, yes, it was on our end, there was something in the console that was faulty, our bad, sorry about that. Well, that ain't good enough for me. That is infuriating to me, and when the mind boggles why I even bought I suppose years later on, I had the money to buy a Xbox One, whatever, whatever. But it really wound me up to know that it was on their end, and they screwed us. Really, is what they did. They screwed a lot of people, and I'm not happy about that. But whatever, we move on from that. So yeah. So I never bought 360 again. The PS4 comes out and the Xbox comes out. I wait a year or 2 or whatever it was, and then the S comes out, and then I thought, oh, this is an updated version. It's smaller. I definitely want to play original Halo for my YouTube channel. That'd be interesting to play it on, HD'd up on a big TV or whatever. And then I want to play all the Halos. I want to play all the Gears. And that was my motto for kind of buying it, to have all those games to play, and whatever else. But my number one criticism of Xbox, and even to this day, up until now, until they the Xbox Series comes out is they haven't got enough exclusives on the console. And of course, that's going to be changing next generation. They bought up all these companies and stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting. Ninja Theory. Did they buy Sucker Punch? I don't know. But they brought up like 15 to 20 different studios. Very interesting what's going to happen in next gen consoles. It really is. Anyway, so let's moving on to my trophies, or my achievements for the Xbox. Remember, this account was made in 2016. So let's run through it. So Titanfall was an exclusive to the Xbox. Didn't have a story. That was my criticism of it. I didn't want to buy it. My friend borrowed me. I played it a bit online. Didn't really care for it that much. It was good online, but I, again, didn't have a story, which is primarily what I like to play. And the online weren't enough to keep me hooked, so I moved on from that. Rise, Son of Rome. This was an Xbox launch title. A lot of people, quite a few people watch this on my channel. I'm surprised. Maybe because I'm into the Roman universe kind of thing. I love Gladiator movie. I love Troy. I love the Romans, the TV show. If you remember that back on, I think ITV had that. What was it? Channel 4. I don't know. You can watch the whole series on Netflix now. It was a brilliant show, Romans. So I'm into this kind of universe. I love that kind of time period, you know, the Roman army and all what it did and all the rest of it. So Rise, Son of Rome. This was an exclusive. It was a launch title. It was a QTE, quick time event. A lot of button bashing when you had to, you know, push A to do this and to do that. A lot of people criticised them for that. I kind of understand it, but it was a fun game. It was a good story. I didn't mind the story. Even the characters a little bit bland here and there, but it was still one of the first big story games to do with Romans. I mean, up until that point, I think you only had strategy games, and everything else was, you know, really piss poor on other generations. This was the best Roman game you could get on console or whatever, and even till this day. So definitely recommend it. Disappointed with the ending. This was a new game, and what they did with the main character was ridiculous. I felt frustrated at it. They could have made a whole series out of this, and it'd still be going today, as far as I'm concerned. But they didn't, and that was a shame, a wasted opportunity. I don't understand that. Why have a brand new exclusive IP and then ruin it, and then just kill it off? It's ridiculous. Okay, the next one is on PS4 as well. So you can buy that on PS4 for like £3 or £4 now. Literally, that's the price of this game. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition was out on the PS3 as well. I think I downloaded it from Game Pass. Or did I buy it? I'm not too sure. But either way, I love this game. This is basically GTA in Triad World, or Chinese, whatever, in China or whatever. I think it's China. But yeah, it's bloody brilliant. Absolutely love this game. It's on my channel. One of my popular playthroughs along with GTA. Sorry, getting back to why this is popular on my channel, Rise, Son of Rome, is like I name the videos something like Kill the Emperor, or say, for Rome or something, you know what I mean? Like those kind of ideology. But yeah, absolutely love Sleeping Dogs. I remember the advert, live action advert. It looked fantastic, but not some of those live action adverts are great, and then you play the game, it's total shit. They said it was like a throwback to True Crimes in LA. It was supposed to be like a spin-off of that, or related to that, I'm not too sure. But yeah, but this actual game stood up to what the advert actually portrayed, and it was brilliant. Great story, fantastic acting, so many characters, funny characters, a good plot twist, good story, good, oh man, the main character was brilliant, the police and everything, the bad guys, just phenomenal. Can't recommend that one highly. Gears of War 2. I'm not going to talk about too much about the Gears or Halos too much, because Gears like 2 and 3 look back to back. Great series. Loved the first 3 games. Didn't like Judgment. 4 I'll talk about a little bit as well in a minute. I think if you watch my Gears of War 4 playthrough, which I just did recently, you'll know my opinion on that, but I'll go through that. I'll go through that in a little bit. But yeah, so the Gears first 3 movies were fantastic. I loved them, didn't have no problem with them. My only issue with Gears in itself is the fact that it didn't really evolve the weapons as much that I would have liked to, or would have expected. Dead Rising 3, I have played some of the others as well. You can on Game Pass, they're on there now as well, I think. But they're alright. They're good for what they are, but I'm not really into big horror, so me and my friend played it for a bit and then got out and I thought, well, I'm not gonna I think I borrowed it or whatever point, but I was like, I'm not going to play it for my channel. I can't be asked. Some games are better than others in the series. I think there's a time trials or something that there was in one of the missions, and it was kind of shitty how they kept doing it, and I was like, fuck that. It's not as good as the original. Maybe 3's better, I don't know, but again, I've dropped out the series and I'm not really interested in playing it. The Walking Dead, this is a double game of some of these are double guys on the PS4. I have them. I wanted the achievements, and they were available on Xbox Game Pass, so I downloaded them and played them because I enjoyed them anyway. But I want that game, my gamer score, to be kind of, get up there because I'm way behind, and these are games I do enjoy anyway. And these are easy walkthrough games, some of these. So The Walking Dead Season 1 is on my channel as well. So don't forget to check that out if you're interested. But yeah, that was a great series. One of the original Walking Dead games. I mean, the Telltale games I ever played. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. The game looked fantastic. I got stuck and I got pissed off and frustrated, and I just rage quit the thing. I do rage quit a good number of games on this. I noticed when I was looking through the system. I didn't. So obviously I did an hour of this, found it kind of boring, got stuck, and then I was like, oh fuck, I just deleted it. The Walking Dead Season 2, again, a repeat game. Clementine. The Walking Dead Michonne, a few episodes, only 2 or 3 episodes. I got 1,000 game score for that as well. Minecraft, I was planning to do the same with that, same with Walking Dead, just a walkthrough game to play it. They only gave me the first episode, and I'm annoyed at that because now I've got an uncompleted playthrough on my channel, or I mean on my trophies, which kind of which kind of which kind of annoyed me. Sorry guys. And then sorry, where am I? Sorry, I knocked my finger there. Alright, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, the absolute best Gears, I will say, out of the lot. I bought the Ultimate Edition, HD'd up, loved it, didn't mind replaying it. The Walking Dead, New Frontier, haven't played the last one, which is the final season or whatever. Got to play that at some point, got to buy that. Life is Strange, another walkthrough game, that is on my channel as well. Then of course you got Before the Storm. Then you got Super Lucky Tale. Now, these are both story-based games. The Super Lucky Tale was a game I planned on playing. I thought it was going to be like, it's a unique game. It's colourful, it's bright. The character's interesting. Well, I like the character. He looks, cute, whatever, just appealing to me, It reminded me of Crash Bandicoot a little bit. And then I was playing it and having an okay time with it. And then, it's like a platformer. And then I got stuck. Basically, they wanted me to go back and get a certain amount of points doing something, and I got frustrated with it, and I just rage quit it, so I deleted the playthrough 6-7 hours in, and I was like, oh, hell with this, and I just left it. Modern Warfare 2, one of the most famous Call of Duties. I tried to play online with a friend, and they got hackers on there galore, to the point where they would hack you and you wouldn't be able to play online anymore, and then they'd try and charge you £2 or £3 to unblock you from, and you can play online again. It was stupid. And there's other hackers that are getting people unblocked. They got the codes, and then they can unblock you, and they were being helpful to people trying to play the game. But it was, and then they were selling codes for the game for £2. I'm like, what? So anyone could be able to block people and everything. It's so pathetic. The people on there who are hackers are fucking pathetic. They really are. And I do worry about 2019's Modern Warfare, which I absolutely love, because there's PC players on there, modders, and stuff like that, and they can hack into the game. When it stops getting patched and everything, the game's going to be slaughtered by these people. And I would suggest, and this is my own opinion, because let's face it, if you get hacked and you have to go through that process again and again on Modern Warfare 2, like 2 or 3 times, my friend, it happened to them, they should just shut down the servers. I would just shut down the servers. Why run the servers on a game that is hacked, which no one can really play anymore? If you ain't going to patch it and ain't going to boot the hackers or ban them, I'll just shut the servers down. You know what I mean? I'd rather that process. I'd say, look, you got 5 years, but if the hacking continues like the way it is, I'm just going to fucking shut the servers down. You know what I mean? Fuck it. It is what it is. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Interesting story. I don't think it was English or whatever. I don't know. Can't remember. But either way, it's an indie game. I didn't mind the game. It was a platformer. It is on my channel. It's not the greatest AAA game or whatever, but I thought it sounded a bit different. Resident Evil 5. I did play some of the old Resident Evils. I didn't really like them too much, but I played 5. It was more action paced, along with 6 before they returned to their horror element. With, I think, 7 they returned with their horror element, and then they got 8 coming out whenever that's coming out on the PS5, I suppose. That's in the works. They are HD remaking a lot of Resident Evil 2. They're making number 3 this year, so I think it's going to be coming out next couple of months. So me and my friend played that co-op. I didn't record it or whatever. I didn't mind that. Just for us to play because we wanted a co-op game. Then we got Old Man's Journey, another indie game. Interesting, didn't mind it. Couldn't get all the full points on the 1000 XP or whatever because or gamer score, sorry, because it was a difficult thing I had to do. I had to like dodge something and not get hit. It was really a pain in the ass. Sorry guys, getting a bit dry. Okay, next up we have Borderlands. Okay, the pre-sequel, which weren't as good as the original Borderlands 2. I didn't play Borderlands 1, and I'll get into Borderlands 2 in a little bit, and I'll talk further about that game as well. Recore Definitive Edition. It was a platformer. It was one of the launch titles for the Xbox. It was okay, but I got frustrated when playing it. I was 7 hours in, playing the game, enjoying it for what it was. I got past this really tough part and it pissed me off, and then they gave me some more bullshit to do, and I at that point I'd had enough, and I was like, nah, fuck you. I deleted the playthrough, deleted the game off my system. I never went back to it, and I never will. Gears of War Judgment, the worst Gears of War in the series, at least I think so. The redheaded chick ain't bad. But yeah, it's not a great game. It's one of the worst in the series. Now, the next one I'm going to say after the worst one is number 4. I don't really like number 4 as much. I'm not talking graphic-wise or whatever. I'm talking just story. I think the Gears Judgment isn't that interesting. It's least interesting. And then after that is 4, where you Marcus Phoenix's son is the main character. I'm like, nah, it doesn't really work for me for various reasons, which I'll get onto a little bit. Overcooked. Played this for a co-op game. I think I got Overcooked 2 on here as well. Didn't really care about the achievements as such, but me and my friend played it, had some fun with it. It was fun, getting better at the game. Quantum Break had an interesting premise with the whole integrated game and story, like live action movie. An interesting thing to do, no doubt about it, but gone around about it the wrong way, or at least it was just boring. Maybe it was a boring story, and it just wasn't that interesting. They tried to conflict characters, so I just became fucking confused, and I didn't really enjoy the game that much. I don't think no one really watched it on my channel, but 10 hours of meh, whatever. Blair Witch, that game did glitch on me, and I never got to be able to complete it. I could delete it and then redo it, but I can't be bothered, so I won't bother. But part 1 is on my channel, and it wasn't that scary anyway. There are scarier games out there, possibly Resident Evil or whatever, or I don't know, maybe Outlast, but that's on the PS4, I think. Borderlands 2, again, getting back to the Borderlands. Now, ironically, I never played Borderlands. I played the first Borderlands a bit, I hated it. Played Borderlands 2 when my friend brought it around, hated it. Fast forward, this came out in 2013? 12? No, 2012. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, technically 7 years, because we played it in 2019, going on 8, called it 7 years later, I played Borderlands 2 with my friend co-op. I completed the fucking game. And I completed it again, twice. And I played the pre-sequel. And I'm planning on picking up the third one. That is crazy. I hated the game, and I've completed it twice, played the pre-sequel, and I'm going to be buying the third one. I won't be recording it though, and that is simply because A, it's a long ass game, and 2, I just want to play it with my friend co-op, like for us to play. But yeah, it's a fun game, and I've got into the series. I enjoyed it. I hear the third one, the bad guys in, is interesting or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it's a fun ass game. It's all about the guns in that game, of course. Halo, I played Halo, the first one, when I replayed, like years ago, when I replayed it for my channel, It's like one of the most popular playthroughs because I raged so much in the game. It pissed me off. Halo 2 was a good game. I enjoyed it. I played up to Halo 2. Played Halo 3, which is the worst Halo I've played. Halo 3 was supposed to be a trilogy. It was almost like they made Halo 2. They made Halo 2. Right, just pretend we did Halo 2 yesterday. We just completed it. The game's going out. Everyone's going to buy it. And then the guy comes up to me, I think whoever it was. I don't remember who made the game now. I know it ain't Free Industries. The other one. Bungie. Imagine Bungie come to you after you just completed making the game and they say, hey, make Halo 3. I'll be like, dude, I want a fucking break. I'm not even going to go into this shit. I'm out of here. Give me the weekend off. I'm not doing that. That is what it felt like. It felt a tired effort. Someone who didn't care or didn't really understand. It was a crap intro into the game. It was a garbage game. I didn't like it at all. Considering the fact that there's 3 main characters' deaths in that game, it's actually the worst in the trilogy for me. So yeah, poor. I am going to be playing all the Halos. So Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3 are on my channel, and Reach will be out as well on my channel coming up. Gears of War 4 again. Getting back to Gears of War 4, the sun was uninteresting, dull, boring. Marcus Phoenix kind of saved the game for me. Other than that, it was just garbage. Kate was cute, not too bad. The dialogue between the characters was boring, like no banter between them. It was lackluster. I felt like we'd missed the game when all the robots were there, and I was fighting robots after robot, and I was like, what the fuck? Have I missed the game? Who are these robots? Where the main bad guy or whatever? I didn't, like the monsters, and I just didn't like it. Yeah, so kind of picked up in the last few hours, especially with Marcus Phoenix though coming into the game. He saved it for me. He was a badass, but I think the story should have been about his son trying to live up to Marcus Phoenix's name as a legendary soldier, and him not being able to do that, and then maybe him earning the respect of his men, or something like that. A journey of a son building his character to live up to his father's name or something, because he carries that name and the burden of his father's name in Phoenix. You know what I mean? That is a goddamn strong ass name to have in that universe. That would have been more interesting to me, and it just wasn't like that. So yeah, it was really poor. Meh. I hear there's better character development in the next one, and I will be playing Gears 5 at some point. Overcooked 2, yeah, that is on my channel. Again, not too much to say about that. Enjoyed it regardless, a bit of fun. World War Z, if you like zombies and you like Resident Evil, you've got to play World War Z. Me and my friend played it. There was, I think, at the time when me and my friend looked at it, there was plans for a couch co-op where you could play it with your friends at home, but it is an online thing, I believe. There have been updates to it. I haven't looked at the updates because I haven't got enough space on my Xbox, so I haven't bothered with it. But me and my friend play it. Definitely well worth playing. Co-op game, fun. The zombies are so different on it. Fast, scary as hell. Interesting weapons, survival mode. It's horde mode with zombies, but it's fun as hell. I really do enjoy that game. I have completed it, but yeah, I ain't seen the updated version of it. Maybe it's a hell of a lot better, different characters and stuff. So yeah, tons of potential with that game. The Wolf Among Us. This playthrough has been dogged for me. No pun intended. The Wolf Among Us, I played on the PlayStation 4. I was playing all these games and I was like, I'm bored. I've got to play something by myself without recording it. I'm just bored out my nut. So I played The Wolf Among Us. Then I got it on Xbox and said, I'll play it for my channel. I'll get the achievements on the Xbox and I'll play it for my channel. I played it, I uploaded it, and as I was uploading it, for whatever reason, it got the footage, I had to move some footage around and it got lost, and I basically uploaded 5-6 videos, and I think I uploaded about 8 videos. It got deleted, but I know there was 10 hours worth of footage. I basically had lost all the footage, and I lost an episode more or less. So I thought, I'm not going to replay it. I don't know what episode I've just bloody lost, and it's cost me time and money. I'm fuming at it. I'm annoyed. I'm angry. I just deleted the whole thing off my channel, and that's the end of it. I could replay it and not get the achievements and stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I can't be bothered. I'll move on and release something else or whatever. Next up, we've got 2 more games, guys. So Life is Strange 2, I'm going to be playing and releasing whenever. I don't know when that is. Haven't played it, another choice-based game. A lot of these are choice-based games because I do enjoy them, and a lot of these are walkthroughs. And like I said, some of them are double because I've already got them on the PlayStation 4. But again, I do like those types of games. The last one is the Telltale series, Batman. I'm playing that. I've already got it on my channel on the PlayStation on that, but I'm replaying it on the Xbox. I'll be deleting this off my Xbox after I've completed it, which is like 200 Xbox Gamer points added on. So yeah, I follow Major Nelson. Apparently he's got 645 points ahead of me or whatever. But that is it, guys. As you can see, not a lot of games. You can understand why I called it the Dust Box, because there just isn't a lot of games here up until recently. They're all old with Gear series, Halo series, and a lot of them are walkthrough games because I'm primarily a PlayStation gamer, so there's no FIFA here, there's no COD here or anything like that other than Modern Warfare, which I'll be playing at some point as well, just story anyway at that point. But yeah, so some of these are Xbox exclusives, others are doubles, but I will be playing more games on the Xbox because Game Pass is adding more games all the time, giving me access to them and stuff like that. Up until now, this point of this release of this video, I have 17,751 points. Add another 200 to that when I get them on the Batman game that I'll be completing. I have another 200, 7, 8, 900. So it's 17,951 gamer score. Nearly 18,000 gamer score. You can follow me on Xbox if you want. I don't really add people. I've got like my personal friends who I know or whatever, and that's about it. I will say about the... Now, I know you can buy stuff with the points you earn or whatever it is, what you get, and you can, donate for charity. You can put in for, I don't know, some kind of contest, and you can put, that takes forever. I think that's kind of a good incentive. On the PlayStation, you get levels, and you go up to level 12, 13, 14, depending on how many achievements you got and stuff like that, and it stays there. The one criticism I have with Xbox I don't like is this one. I'm level 1. Okay, but I technically should be level 2, but because I don't play consistently and play all the time and earn awards and stuff and achievements, it knocks you back down. So even if I was level 5 or 6 or whatever, it would come down after a period of time. I suppose it's trying to keep you competitive with your friends. I don't know. If you look at social, no, not social. Oh, I don't know who it is. Whatever. Can't remember what it is. But basically, they try and make you compete with your friends and stuff, and I'm like, meh, don't really care for it too much. That's what they try and do with your friends, and who's got more this month or that month, whatever. I don't really care for that. And like I said, that level goes all the way down to 1 or whatever, or if you don't earn enough achievements. I don't really like that. That's just my opinion on it. PlayStation stays there with level 14, 15, 20, whatever it is, but Xbox goes down. I'm not a fan of that, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the, like I said, 2016 or whatever to 2020. For me, up until this point, in terms of achievements, there will be more coming. I'll release a second video probably near the end of the year, near Christmas or just after, when the new consoles are out and stuff, and I'll just give you an updated version of both the PlayStation on that playlist, and of course this one will be updated as well. So this is a short video, but that's because I've got less achievements, less games, but I'll be having more games in the upcoming 6, 7, 8 months, whatever we've got of this remaining generation. And yeah, I'll probably release, in like another video or two when that happens on both consoles. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Click the annotation to see the PlayStation trophies. There are 3 parts to that if you're interested in seeing my achievements for that and my thoughts and opinions on those games. Some of those are double games as well for this for Xbox as well. Or you're just interested in hearing me talk about games that you've played in the past on PS3 generation or whatever else, or maybe you even played them on the 360. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.